Hi, guys. Welcome to Stock Talk with Josh and my close friend and co-host of the show,
Chris
Niko.
Baranowski.
Yes, Chris Baranowski.
Thank you.
But no, Niko, real quick. Niko, how you doing today?
I'm good.
It's been so long since we did an
I
episode.
know, it's been a while.
You want to do any quick updates before we introduce our guest, though?
Quick updates. We'll get into the updates in the middle of the show.
I was thinking like kind of like life updates. Like
Life updates?
Are you okay? Want to talk about anything?
Well, I had a gig last night that went good. The band is getting lots of gigs.
You been depressed or anything? You want to talk
I
about
have
anything?
not been depressed.
That's good.
That's not a problem. Going to Florida in January.
Okay, thanks for the invite. Okay.
Okay, you can come down there. What else has happened? Losing lots of money on stocks. Shutting down region rides.
Oh, really? Oh, we got to talk about this later.
But okay, that's it. That's all for me.
Okay, and go sports gambling. Okay. But seriously, welcome all to episode 40. We do have a guest today, like we previously just stated. His name is Chris Baranowski. So, Chris, thank you. Round of applause for Chris.
Yeah, no.
Come on the show.
Thank you guys for having me. I'll take any chance I get to be in a talk like this. You know, I enjoy talking about finance, love stock, love investing. So thanks for having me. I really do appreciate it.
This is beautiful. But for most of the time with our guests, we want to get like a little bit of introduction of how they are, how they operate. What's their mom's name? What's their dad's name? Where they come from? Yada, yada, yada. But seriously, give the people a little bit more background about yourself.
Yeah, so I'm a year out of college, so I like to think I'm young, but judging by my back, I don't feel young. No, yeah.
Gen Z kids, right?
Yeah,
there you go.
Better than I, Jen.
Yeah.
No, I'm a Greek American. I went to school for engineering at Purdue University of Fort Wayne. Played Division I soccer there. It was pretty cool. I came from the University of Athens, so I transferred from there to Purdue Fort Wayne, which was exciting. Graduated from Lake Central High School, so I am a region rat. So if anyone is in Northwest Indiana, shout out to Northwest Indiana. It's a great place to be.
Beautiful. But now I think, as our show is called Stock Talk, I think it's time to get a little bit more to stock talk and the stock market. So what actually got you with investment, things like that?
Yeah, I mean, I think YouTube dragged me in at a very young age. I think it was maybe 16 or 17 years old. Wasn't able to open up a brokerage account. I opened up one under my dad's name. He has the same last name. Guys, don't tell him.
Yep.
We got to bleep this part out.
Yeah, bleep that part out. And just kind of got into YouTube. Was watching people make a lot of money. I'm like, I like money. You know, I work. And thought it was a better place to park my money than spending it on whatever everyday high school people were spending their on. It just wasn't for me. Didn't see eye to eye. So I thought investing my money was a better place to park it. And really sparked my interest to continue on growing.
Okay, and what brokerage did you start out with?
TD Ameritrade was the first account I ever opened. And then I also opened a Robinhood account at the same time because I was – back when I was investing starting, TD Ameritrade was charging $6 per transaction, and Robinhood was just starting their free commissioning.
Yeah.
So I would use TD Ameritrade software and invest on Robinhood for free commission.
Really?
It was really cool, and I was day trading at the time. Granted, the time scales were really, really bad on Robinhood.
Really?
Okay.
But if you could swing trade, even an hour or two day trade, if you call that a day trade, the best place was Robinhood because it was free and it was saving you a good deal amount of money.
And back then, that's like what they were famous for because those other companies didn't do that. You know, even like Fidelity, you probably had to pay $5 or $6.
Yeah, I think even Fidelity was one of the more expensive ones.
Yeah.
Then I know TD Ameritrade got acquired by Charles Schwab, here
did they?
recently,
Okay.
but they were all competing.
And then eventually, all the other ones came out and said, "Okay, we're going to do free, no commission trading too."
Well, they had to. They didn't have a choice. They got pushed out by Robinhood.
So you said you started off doing day trading.
Yes.
So do you still do day trading at all?
I do not. I haven't day traded since college, I would say, which has been even in middle of college, so maybe like 2-3 years now. And I kind of just shifted to a more long, aggressive holding type investing. I think it's for me, it's been more profitable, I would say.
Okay.
Definitely more profitable and
Less time consuming.
less time. Time is the most valuable essence for me, at least.
Okay, so yeah, that's kind of going. My next question would be like, what's the pros and cons? Because you've been, let's say, you had about 2-3 years of day trading.
I don't care if you guys know my age. I just turned 24, so I started at 16. So 7-8 years, I would say, at least being invested in the stock market.
Okay.
And yeah, I'd say 4 years being day trading, and then started holding longer and longer, just shifting my investing goals and started doing long-term trades. Time was definitely the biggest one, right?
So one con being time.
Time
Okay.
was, there's no way. taxes, short-term capital gain taxes sucked. Of course, different presidency, different rules. There was times where it was beneficial and times where it wasn't. And quite frankly, recently, short-term capital gains tax was a little absurd. So definitely don't show you how to do that anymore.
Okay, but do you have like any type of pros for anyone that kind of want to start with day?
It's exciting.
Trading,
It is.
like
It's
that?
thrilling. It's. I mean, nowadays and age, there's a lot of the rules have changed and some of the benefits have changed. Do your own due diligence, of course. I would definitely make a list from A to Z. I don't know. I would say it is thrilling. So that's a big pro. And then there's a lot of resources out there to be profitable. There's a lot of great traders out there. You know, you can get into some deals with some hedge funds. You could pull up public records of hedge funds, find out what they're trading, and I think that's a great resource to use. So that's something I would do going into day trading. I would follow the hedge funds.
Okay, cool. So, you also said you started switching to more just regular investing.
Yeah,
So, are you more like a long-term or short-term investor?
definitely long term. No,
Okay.
definitely shifted gears into long term.
Now, we were arguing.
Let's talk about his business.
Yeah, well, I do want to get into that too, but
Yeah,
we
yeah.
were arguing like what's the difference between long-term and short-term investing.
I think everyone has
Yeah.
a different opinion, right? Like we were
Yeah.
talking before the show, and Niko was saying, long term for him was 6 months, right? Like
No, I didn't. I said 2 years.
2 years. Okay, 2 years. To me, that's a short term investment, right?
Compared to 30 years or 40 years, like over the course of your life, I could see how 2 years is short term.
Well, yeah, that's the different perspective part, right?
Yeah.
I mean, everyone has a different perspective.
But
That
if you
is
judge
true.
it off the
You
tax
can
rates,
say, I'm investing a lot of money into Meta. Everyone go invest a lot of money into Meta.
Yeah.
How much is a lot of money to you? Is 10 grand a lot of money?
yeah, right.
I'd be like, no, dude, $1 million. That's a lot of money. That's a lot
Yeah.
of money to throw in Meta.
Yeah.
It's a different perspective. It's the same thing.
Well, one thing is the tax rate, like how you said, if you hold it for over a year,
Yeah.
taxes are less, so you could consider that longer term.
Yeah.
The other thing to look at is okay, let's say Apple, for instance. Long term kind of means okay, I'm going to invest in this over the long term because this technology is going to change something. Let's say if we take Apple and the iPhone, for instance, how many years did it take for the iPhone to come on the market and then become popular, right? That happens over the span of 3 years, 5 years, maybe 7 years. If you're talking 20 years, like Warren Buffett will say 10 years, 20 years, that's a very long time. That stuff is so unpredictable. You're not going to have a clue what's happening 20 years from now.
I
So-
agree. I mean, there's a lot of factors that can change.
Yeah.
And a lot of variables.
Or look at Tesla, for example. Tesla, 10 years ago, I think they went IPO 10 years ago. Nobody would have ever thought that Tesla would be at the position it's at today.
I didn't.
Back in
I
2012.
had 40 shares of Tesla in 2017.
Did you?
Yeah.
Real.
No way.
Yeah. So no, I didn't think so.
Did you hold them?
I was swing trading them.
Oh.
When I was day trading.
Okay, yeah.
So
Oh, I see.
didn't hold many. I think I ended up keeping one through that whole time, and one share ended up being, I forget how many thousands, at least 5,000-6,000 after each split.
Really?
One share, if you had one share back then, it was $200 a share back then, and split at
Okay, yeah,
2,500.
20
into
You bought it
three.
200?
Oh, the original 200.
Yes. Now
Yeah.
I bought the original 300. I
Okay,
bought
yeah.
the original 300.
Okay, yeah, that's around that. It went to $2,500. Did a 3-to-1 stock split,
Yeah.
I don't think it went.
and
Maybe
then,
you're
and
right.
then just recently split again. Was it 5-to-1?
Something like that, yeah.
I don't have. That's two splits. So that's a lot of money per share. It's got to be $5,000-$6,000 from the original price per share.
Okay. something
Right?
like
Does that sound right?
Well,
They gotta
I'm
be, yeah.
thinking at Tesla's peak, I want to say I was up 1,800%,
Yeah.
which is like a 19x on your money.
Yeah.
So $100 would be $1,900. So something like like that.
Yeah. No, it was crazy. I
Yeah.
mean, that was a super
It is
profitable
crazy.
investment. And
Yeah, it is.
same following. I got very fortunate, and I'm going to call it lucky. I don't believe in luck.
I know.
With Dogecoin. I got really.
Oh, really?
I was so fortunate with that one. Yeah.
I hate you so much.
Go ahead,
I
tell
do so
that
much.
story again.
I'm not
I'll
gonna
tell
tell us
you
the-
my experience with it. After
Okay,
this.
how about you tell us ours? Because mine is just horrible.
I was
just
I was
painful.
in Vegas with my modern day fiance and her family, and we were having fun partying, and we were all over media. It was under a penny a share. Okay, It was celebrating January 1st, so New Year's. I ended up putting in I think $1,000 in.
Really?
Yeah, and I just held it. Every one of us, a part of our family, we all put money in. One of our uncles put $5,000 in. Her brother put in $500. Her dad put in $1,000. Her
Oh
cousin
my
put
God.
in $10,000.
Okay,
Just crazy.
I didn't put in that much.
Yeah, I put in $1,000, and I was pretty uncomfortable. I'm
Yeah.
it's kind of a dumb thing, but we were all tipsy, right, having a good time, and we all did it.
Yeah.
We all kept it too. None of us sold, And then I remember being 3 months later down the road, it was at like 7 cents. It's like, okay, we just took it. Like for me, $1,000. I'm like, dude, it's at like, I forget how much. I think it was up like 10 grand. It was, a lot.
Yeah.
I was at the peak point. I was up like 45,000 maybe.
Oh my God.
Yeah, it was
That's
like
like
45, 50,000.
Did it go to 70 cents or $1?
75,
No, 76, I think. Something like that.
something around there in the
Okay.
70 cents is range. And I didn't sell. I think I sold 10 grand worth, and then I kept that 40 grand position. I'm like, big deal. In hindsight, of course, every time you should sell the top, right? It's unrealistic. I ended up probably making at the end of the day maybe 20 grand, and I still have maybe like 5,000 still invested. So still not a terrible investment.
Now, I've been hearing people, the last couple of weeks, I've had like 5 people say, I think Dogecoin's coming back up. You should invest now.
It did go up like a little bit.
It was up 120% in a week. The last week it was up 120%. So there is some more momentum in there.
Yeah. What was it down though?
I mean, I never lost money on it, so I can't be mad, right? Like I never lost. I put in 1,000 up. No matter what I did, I was not losing money. However greedy you want to be, you're never going to sell the top. You're never going to buy the bottom. That's the way life is.
Yeah.
So it is what it is.
You made a huge profit. You got to be happy with it.
Oh, absolutely. And that's where crypto kind of just sparked, right? So
yeah. Because I think the same way with Tesla. When I sold some at 600, I'm like, that's kind of stupid because I could have sold it at 1,200 and had twice as much money. But it's like you can't predict things like that. So you just kind of
that's like the way of life.
It is.
I think.
Yeah. But okay, let's move on. What's our next topic?
I want to bring up your business.
Yeah, let's talk about the business.
Yeah. No, you do have a job, but we talk about what you do with your business and let the people know about that.
Yeah, absolutely. I have a side business. It's called Stud City LLC, solely operated by myself.
Follow him on TikTok, Instagram and on YouTube as well.
Yeah. We're getting up there. I mean, TikTok's I think 210,000, Instagram's going on 17,000, and we're almost at our 10K mark, which is awesome. 10K anniversary soon.
Beautiful.
It's a Lego business, which is not something you hear every day.
No, it's not.
A really cool thing about Lego, I'm not sponsored by Lego in any way or form from the official company. I wish I was, so if Lego, you're listening. Something really cool about Lego is they have a shelf life, essentially, right? They make production sets like Lego Star Wars, right? They make a set, say they make an X-Wing. I don't know if you're a Star Wars fan or
Yes.
not. You are. Perfect. Josh is a Star Wars fan.
You saw my face like, yeah.
So say they make this Lego X-Wing, okay? They're going to sell it from January 1st, and they're going to have it on the shelf for 2 years. And say it's $100. At that $100, you buy, maybe you get them on sale. Maybe you pay $80, whatever.
Yeah.
The value of it was $100. Well, it's a very collectible market. There's a big audience in Lego. A lot of people don't know it. It's really an adult collection item. So those sets appreciate when they retire because there's just such a market for it. The demand's higher because you can't get that set. It's just like the card community where something's on a shelf life, it appreciates in value. Lego is like between, I think, 10 and 13% normally, which is crazy in appreciation. So that's awesome.
That is crazy.
Well, you said 10 and 13%?
Between 10 and 13%.
Like on an annual basis?
Yeah. That's more specific on certain themes, not every theme. Lego obviously has a lot of different Lego themes, but
no, 10 and 13% is good.
It makes sense though.
Of course, you got to factor in your selling platforms, your commission losing. You do have to deal with that, but of course, there's different ways to win, right? So, my business mostly focuses on media though, and I do some investing, and I focus on Lego deals as like newscasting and whatnot. And I've had some pretty good success in my eyes on kind of doing that. I enjoy the newscasting. So,
what does that mean?
New
like
releases.
Different drops.
Yeah,
like
different
that.
drops.
Oh, okay.
The big ones are like the New Year, right? Summer waves, the fall wave. So there's some big drops, a lot of news that goes into it, a lot of leaks and stuff like that. It's a whole thing.
This is amazing.
And so, I mean, obviously, with the followers you have, obviously there is a ton of people who are interested in learning about this stuff.
I'm interested in it.
I'm interested too.
I'm gonna tell you one thing.
Yeah.
The one thing that I really wasn't into Legos and that was holding me back was I hated puzzles.
Okay. Yeah.
I couldn't stand puzzles growing up. I didn't have the patience for it. Like, ask him, what's my patience level?
Oh, it's negative.
I have like zero patience for a lot of things, but I always like, oh my god, I always want to like a Batmobile Lego.
Yeah. Or
that would be like, oh my
Star
god.
Wars, man. Come on, man! Like it's awesome. Like they have the big Star Wars Millennium Falcon.
Yes.
It's like
plus they have the Death Star.
Dude, it's crazy. It's massive.
So plus I grew up with the games too, so that was
that's
another factor too. So
okay, but let's say for the Star Wars stuff, so like
that's the biggest audience, by the way.
Okay, but let's say every year they're coming out with new Star Wars Lego sets, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So then what's? It's not like they're limited edition.
Well, the problem is with that. Say they have a Darth Vader minifig in that one set.
Yeah.
They only make that minifig in that set. So that printing is exclusive to that Lego set, which is cool because collectors are like, I can only in that $100 Lego set, that Darth Vader is now worth $40. 40% of that Lego set is one minifig.
But then the next year they're going to make a new Darth Vader.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
I see what you're saying.
But that certain one might have been used in a movie or whatever it may be. That's what goes crazy with it, which is really cool, and I love that.
Yeah, so they might do the Darth Vader helmet from episode 3, 1 year.
Yeah.
The next year it'll be from episode 7.
Yeah, or like with the new show Andor, they have like sets coming out based on that.
Now Batman's a big one too, right?
Yeah. Yep.
Okay. Well, I don't know. I mean, that's
so you said Star Wars was number 1. What's like is Batman number 2 or like anything?
I would say Lego's theme, one of their like themes. They do like buildings. I think that's probably number 2. It's
buildings. Okay.
They have like once a year they do a building.
Oh yeah, to like those constructions.
It's like called a Lego modular. Mm-hmm. They all kind of like correlate to each other, so each year you can make it bigger and bigger. They're all different. It's really cool. I think I have.
Oh yeah, I've seen those.
I think I have one of each. I think I have all of them so far.
That's
crazy.
Cool.
But some of them are crazy in price. You know, like from I think 2009 was the first one. Retail price was like $180. Now you can't touch it for less than maybe $2-3 grand.
Oh my god,
that's crazy. I know it's absolutely crazy. And then like last year's the one that retired was a $200 set, and already it's at $400. So I think in 1 year it's 100% profit.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
That's awesome. That is super interesting.
Yeah. You did get a little Lego set.
I'm going to start investing.
Check on those Black Friday sales.
Yeah.
That's what he was saying.
Black Friday's coming up. That's a great time.
No, I'm definitely going to try it.
Before we leave the little Lego stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, ask your questions.
Did you grow up like with Legos, things like that? Okay.
Oh, you didn't?
No, never as a kid. I had any
So
Legos.
what was like your first introduction with Legos?
Yeah,
Because I remember my first introduction with Legos. Like I said, with the games. And on one Christmas, I was with my cousin, and he loved building Legos. My younger cousin. And I was like, because I had no patience, I couldn't do it. I was like, I was kind of jealous of him. I was kind of jealous. I was like, no way he's doing this. I want to do this.
Yeah.
But I have zero patience for it.
No,
so that was like my first introduction with Legos. But what was yours?
I would say your job kind of factors into it, right? You like for me, it's like when I do build, it's kind of like a stress related thing.
Oh.
And even when I do build, I like to shut off media, even though I do media. I like to just like focus and enjoy it kind of thing. It's like my way away from the media in a sense. So it gives me a peace of mind just to get away, shut down, and just like follow some instructions and just do something.
Yeah, and that makes sense too because you are you graduated from Purdue with engineering.
Yeah. So I work for an engineering firm.
Yeah, I see. Oh, you got it figured out, John.
Makes sense.
You got it figured out.
Yeah.
Okay, let's move on to the next topic. We got lots of stuff to go through.
Yeah, let's go through some news now.
So first up, we got Meta stock here. This is an interesting one. We could debate this from either side.
Yeah, because you're gonna be wrong.
No, I'm not. Meta's one of my biggest positions. They own Facebook, Instagram, WhatsApp, Messenger, Oculus. Personally, I feel like this is an easy money buy here because I think they got 3 billion people using their platforms. Interesting thing here is the number of users on their platform grew 4% year over year, even though they lost a bunch of money and their actual revenue numbers.
Is it all the platforms together or just like one in particular?
All together, okay. I want to say. I think it was all together.
What is their number one form of revenue?
Facebook ad revenue.
Yeah, Facebook ad revenue.
Yeah, Facebook ad revenue. But the Oculus is getting more popular. How I said, I saw like a stat that said they sold, I don't know how many units, but the units number were like, it was high. It was like almost as high as Xbox units sold. And then you also then from the other perspective you got the side that says, well, no, Meta's not a buy because TikTok's taken over their viewership, which I can kind of see. But now the thing is, like, okay, there's tons of companies like Snapchat who will take away attention from these other media platforms, and then Meta comes in and they pretty much just replicate it, like they made Instagram stories, and it keeps them relevant, right? So now they're trying to do the same thing with TikTok by making Instagram Reels, Facebook Reels. And is it working? I don't know. What do you guys think?
I think, personally, I think there's a lot of competition.
Yeah.
YouTube and Google stepping in. Like, I don't know if you heard, they're going to pay creators 50-50. I thought it was, or 45-55.
Wait, for what?
For YouTube Shorts.
Really?
Oh.
That's
now,
crazy news.
Do you still need to have 1,000 subscribers
to generate revenue?
Yeah.
I believe so.
Okay.
I believe so. But yeah.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Okay.
But I mean, regardless, if YouTube's going to pay 45% of revenue to the creator, what does that put TikTok in a position to do? What does that put Facebook and the Reels program in Like,
Yeah.
that's crazy. 45%. That's, I mean, I know for me, I'm focusing
35
on YouTube
would be
Shorts.
just crazy.
Yeah,
too.
I mean, I don't know exactly even what TikTok pays, but I know it's not great.
I see what you're saying. So you think that's going to make creators want to be on YouTube versus TikTok then?
I believe just because of sole, revenue-wise, why wouldn't a creator want to be on YouTube Shorts? Because that's where they're going to get paid the most, as long as YouTube promotes their videos.
Yeah. Now, but the other what about if we're talking about Meta? Let's say Instagram and stuff. I don't know how much. So they're paying. I think Instagram's paying $5 for every 1,000 views.
$5 for everything.
How does that compare to?
I forget the statistics what it was because I did get in the Reels program and they were paying pretty
For
crazy.
Instagram?
Yes.
Yeah, we've done it a little bit, and I think it comes out to $5 per 1,000 views. But what you were saying earlier was like the TikTok viewers; those aren't as valuable.
No,
right?
not at all.
Okay, then compared to YouTube, I don't know. Those numbers are probably pretty strong, right?
I know current day YouTube Shorts, like you don't get paid much at all.
Oh yeah.
But like this change is, for me at least, it's going to be significant, right?
You said it's going to be 45%?
45% of their revenue is going to go to the creator.
That's a lot.
That's 50-50 split almost.
So let's see.
And I know TikTok does not pay anywhere near that.
So the one guy I watch, he makes $600,000 a year. He has 750,000 subscribers.
But your subscribers doesn't mean anything.
It's more about the views, right?
Yeah.
So he averages probably, let's say he averages 60,000 views a video. Then that means he's making $10 a video.
No. 60,000. It depends the length of the
$10 a view.
No way. Not view.
Yeah, because if he has...
YouTube goes by cost CPM, your CPM rate.
Uh-huh.
Every industry is different. I have a really high CPM rate for my industry.
What does CPM stand for?
Cost per million.
Oh, okay.
That's what they do their rates compared to. I don't know if this is a great topic for this conversation. I know we're getting into the weeds a little bit. But
No, let's talk about it.
yeah, so CPM is your cost per million. I think I don't want to disclose mine publicly exactly how much I make on that, but like I said, every industry is different. I know definitely for
I think finance is high.
Yeah, finance is the highest. If I'm not mistaken, I believe finance is the absolute highest. And I've seen people in the $30 range CPM, which is crazy. Like your big guys, like real estate investors, like Andre Jack and
I know.
Stefan.
I watch them. Yeah.
Yeah, very high CPM. So they make
cost per million.
Yeah, that's how they do the CPM. That's like your going rate. That's how you kind of figure it out.
Means that's how much money you get per million views.
Yes.
$30 for a million views.
No, that's not right.
I don't know. We'll have to research this another time.
There's a whole thing about it.
Let's jump.
You are correct about Google-owned company plans to pay creators 45% of that money for shorts.
That, yep.
Yeah, we're trying to compare the numbers of actual, how much you're gonna get paid for a video.
Yeah, regardless, going back to the Meta statement, I mean, they definitely have some challenges to overcome, right? But I think Meta at least pays their creators pretty well. I know people on Facebook that post their reels, they do get pretty decent ad revenue, and the TikToks you see, those guys are putting it on Facebook.
Yeah,
those are the same videos going on there because they're getting paid more on Facebook.
Or you would think they'd put it on all the platforms, right? That's what I do. I'll make the same video and I put it on all 4 platforms.
You kind of have to. You're not.
Yeah,
really, you're kind of forced to.
I guess one of the differences too is how effective the hashtags are. Because something like for TikTok, I feel like it's very effective. YouTube, I could see it being effective. But like Instagram and Facebook, I think it's less effective. I don't know why. I don't know if there's just so many people on there or what. Or too many creators really. But
I'm not sure about Facebook, but I still think hashtags are still useful on Instagram though.
I would
really?
say yes.
I think so.
The game's changed a little bit. Now it's kind of your descriptions and the words you put. The words you speak.
Yeah.
They definitely kind of changed their algorithm and
really
they pick up on what you say. Yeah. Yep.
By what you say in the video.
Yep.
Yeah. And what you type in the description.
Yeah. And use text over videos. That's a big one.
Like subtitles.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They really do promote that big time. That's changed.
Okay, well that's good to know. I'm gonna start.
Yeah, but the subtitles even help out for people.
Like us talking right now, like Meta, and their Facebook Reels. Like if we're taking a clip from this video, we'd type Meta and their Facebook Reels over it. For some reason, they're going to pick it up, and you're going to get more views.
We're going to put this clip on Meta.
That's it. There you go.
We're going to upload this on Instagram.
There you go. Test it out and let me know. Because
we put subtitles on all our clips, though.
Yeah, and I was doing it for some, and I was like, well, is this really worth it? Does it make that big of a difference? But, no, you're probably right, because I've heard other people say that too. But let's say bottom line, what do you guys think? What's your final thoughts on buying Meta stock, yes or no?
I believe it's going to be a great buy. I believe Meta will be one of the greatest and strongest companies the next, I don't want to say a year.
In what industry, though?
Tech.
In tech.
Yes.
Okay. I think Meta is a great buy for a different perspective.
Why?
I think they're a good buy because AI. I think AI is, of course, gonna rule. If you're not in AI, I think you're taking a loss. And I think AI is Meta's grounds. So I think it's a great step, and I think they're taking a short-term loss. Like I think I was talking to Josh. Definitely taking a short-term loss for a long-term huge growth.
Yeah.
So at the current price point, definitely I think it's a good buy.
Okay, now do you think how important do you think the metaverse is for them to be successful with?
Like number one, honestly.
Really? You think it's that big of a factor?
Well, the metaverse is like this, like, because what are we like saying? What's the metaverse? Like, what exactly is the metaverse? It's
that thing where like it looks like it's a cartoon and the graphics are really bad.
See, like that stuff. No, that's weird. But VR is going to be.
It is.
Well,
yeah, if they use
VR is going to be used though. Like
VR,
for business type adventures. Yeah.
Yeah, but now with VR, like
it's just a video game.
Video game and stuff.
But if that gets shifted towards
and it
money
will
growth
be soon,
and
I
business,
think,
and your business revolves around you being in your virtual meetings.
Exactly.
Yeah, I can see the potential.
It'll be like Zoom combined with Minecraft.
VR, virtual.
Okay, I think that's enough for Meta. Let's move on to the next guy that we talk about every episode.
Your favorite guy.
My favorite. You're the one who always brings him up, though. His name's Elon Musk.
He's always news,
How many times have we talked about him buying Twitter?
He's always in the news. Is he not always in the news?
He's the headlines.
Okay, well he bought Twitter, and I think we talked.
Congratulations.
We said that last time. But I guess the news this time
has been the news about him buying Twitter for about 8 months.
I know. Every episode it's the news. But the difference now is the news this time is that he fired half of the staff there. Claims the company is losing over $4 million a day. Is that what he said?
Yes.
Wow.
I'll pull up the tweet too, but that was kind of.
I don't know. I hope he turns it around. We'll see what happens.
Yeah, I mean that's a tough one, right? He's got to change the way they make money. In a sense,
Yeah, but they are.
Wait, remember, he said he's going to charge people to get verified.
It is a subscription plan. It's a real thing. It's a subscription plan. I think it's going to be $8 a month for Twitter Blue. So I'm not sure like
That's funny.
What's all about Twitter Blue, but it is going to be.
I thought you only got that if you're like famous.
I think now you can buy it, but you can also get taken away if you don't pay the $8.
Interesting.
But what is that? Is that verifying that I'm the real Niko Kritikos? Like what does that mean?
I don't know. It looks cool. That doesn't like a verified check look cool after you?
It looks cool, but like
it gives you credibility. I feel like.
Yeah, if you're famous. If you're not famous, you don't need.
Yeah.
But I still think
like, not every famous person has it. I mean, like
no.
There's some people that are verified. I'm like, I've never heard of you.
Yeah.
You have, like,
a verified check is like walking in a room with a suit on. That's how it is.
Yeah, I guess.
Like when you see someone walking in a room.
I think if you're famous, it matters. If you're Niko Kritikos and you have 500.
I still think it matters.
No,
I still think if you're in a room with a bunch of people all wearing whatever, and someone walks in with a suit, they'll be like, "Wow, that person is kind of important.
Yeah.
It has to be important."
What if they all wear suits?
But then reverse it. If someone's wearing a jacket, like, whoa, he's got to be important somehow.
Yeah.
Okay.
I can see that. I mean,
that's interesting. I don't know. What's our next tech stock we're going to talk about?
We can talk about all of them.
Let's talk about Block. I brought up the earnings here. I think they had pretty good numbers. We have Block.
Did Block beat
it jumped 8. Was that the one? Yeah, there was a couple stocks that jumped big. Corsair jumped 18-19%. Block jumped 18% after lower cost, more engaged users drive Q3 earnings and outlook. I think they said 18 million users. I want to say. I think 18 million.
Wow.
I'm pretty sure 18 million. No, never mind. 49 million.
Jeez.
Cash App monthly active users were more than 49 million, up 20% year over year. It was the Cash App card users, I think, is 18 million, up 40%.
Oh.
So they're good. Good. I own that stock. So good.
So
I'm down like $1,000. So please go back up.
So they're turning Cash App into like a regular like Chase, yada yada yada. I think.
Yeah. So good. That's good for Block is looking good. How about PayPal?
PayPal, I don't want to talk about
We
it.
talked about PayPal, I know. And I thought they were strong. They do own number one most popular is I get them. I want to say PayPal's number one, or no, I think it's Cash App. Cash App is number one. Number two is PayPal. Number three is Venmo. So they own number 2 and 3, which is good. But Chris had a good point going into this. Why don't you explain it?
Well, we talked about the competition, right? Is that what we're talking about?
Yeah.
Competition levels. I think that poses a challenge, right? If a client like eBay drops off PayPal,
which they did.
That's my example.
Yeah.
Where does that put them? That puts their competitor 10 steps ahead. Right?
Same thing with like Shopify.
And all these platforms kind of have to have these implementations. So that's kind of where my head goes at. I use Zelle personally, but
now see, but what we were saying was like, let's say Etsy, you have companies like Etsy and stuff, different these e-commerce stores. Some of them you can connect your bank account straight to it if you want to, right? And it's more direct, it's faster that way. The problem is I think part of the point of PayPal is for that privacy and the security of not having to risk your bank information. You have the middleman to go through for that reason.
Yeah.
So I think that's one of the benefits for PayPal.
But didn't PayPal have a little bit of controversy?
Oh, remember they had that a couple weeks ago, they had that weird thing where they charged everybody
That's what it was.
$2,500 or something.
Wow.
Yeah,
and
something like that.
They said, "Oh, that was an accident. Sorry, we'll take that back," or something like that.
Yeah, it's not thrilling to hear.
Yeah.
Especially with a stock that's been down for the past how long?
I know.
It goes into another company we're going to talk to about SoFi, right? To bring them into it, but what's the big difference? Because SoFi is a strategically only online banking, right?
Mm-hmm.
So why not use them for transferring all your funds?
That could, but
what's the difference?
How you're saying there's literally so many companies that can do it.
Exactly. Where's the bottom line?
So what makes them special?
What makes them special? But what makes them deserve my money?
I guess one thing they have that those other companies don't have is they make huge profits. They have I don't know what the balance sheet looks like, but I bet you they have billions and billions of dollars to buy out other companies or make acquisitions. And they got Venmo too. That's another growth catalyst for them.
And they got a big stadium in L.A.
Dude, who? Oh, no, I'm not talking about SoFi. I'm talking about PayPal.
But
yes.
SoFi win right there.
Yeah, that's a SoFi win right there.
But we'll see what happens with PayPal.
For me, like I wouldn't leave money in my PayPal. Like I'd rather, we brought in SoFi. I'd rather leave in SoFi because I know SoFi has.
It's more of a banking.
It's more of a
system.
banking, and they make interest. Their interest rates are.
Here's the problem, though. I have SoFi. In the beginning of this year, I tried it out. I said, okay, I'm going to put $100 in here. I just want to test it out, see how the platform works. Well, I put the $100 in, and I can't get it out. It won't let me take it out. I've tried to take it out 50 times.
What is it? What's the stipulation?
It's just like a regular investment brokerage account, and it won't let me withdraw it. It won't come out of the account. So I don't know what's.
Somebody's going to hear this and want to get you knocked off.
That's the only thing that makes me upset about them is the platform looks great. I love the features and stuff, but why can't I get my $100 out of the account? Like that's the only thing.
How long did you have it for? Was it like a?
It's been in there for 6 months at least.
Huh.
I mean,
I don't know.
Good thing I didn't put good thing I didn't put $10,000 or something in there. It's only $100, but it's like the whole.
Yeah, because I was thinking maybe it's like a 6-month thing about not taking money out or something like that.
Well,
but I don't know.
I
don't know, but still, I don't know.
Yeah, I'd contact your SoFi rep.
Yeah, I know.
That's above my pay grade.
I don't know about that.
Okay, what's our next one? Apple. How's the Apple stock chart looking?
Well, dividend payer, so always up higher up on my list at least.
Yeah, that is true.
I believe Apple stock has been pretty strong. Let's see, what are we at? Last 1 year, it's only down 8.5%. That's pretty good.
For comparing it to everyone else, yeah, not too bad.
No, not bad. But year to date, it's down 24%. So from its
100,
it honestly could still fall. We could see 10 or 15% down for this one. It depends. We'll see what the demand is like for iPhones in 2023. I don't know how strong it's going to be.
I think Apple needs.
They got my sale. I just bought a 14. So.
Oh, is that the 14? Let me see.
Please be careful.
This is not an ad.
The thing is like a week old.
No, great company, and seeing it at the 138 price range currently. I mean, that's a great price. I feel like
P/E ratio of 22 though.
It's not terrible.
They're not terrible. I remember.
You can't judge a company by a P/E ratio nowadays. There's a lot of factors.
Why not?
But it's kind of the accuracy's shifted a little bit.
I don't know. I think it's one of the more important ones.
Really?
Yeah.
How high is Tesla's?
That doesn't matter.
That's it. He got him.
And I'm a Tesla fan.
Oh, that's funny.
That's
He
different.
got you. Oh my
That's
god.
different.
That's a clip.
That's why I don't think PE says everything. That's right there.
For
Yeah, but I think Apple needs something.
I don't know. I'm
Like
gonna have
they're
to come back with an argument with that later. Let's
I'll
jump.
put a PowerPoint up together and I'll argue with you.
But
All
no,
right, then
I think Apple needs some invention to even all the tech. They need something to happen
Yeah.
for the next
What do you mean?
5 years. something new.
A change.
Yeah, because I feel like we been in a steady motion for the past 6 years, 5 maybe.
Well, I don't know, man. Every 2 years you need a new phone and
I know.
you need a new watch to go with it. You
Yeah.
need new
and the
headphones to
AirPods
go with
and
it,
the subscriptions and the Apple TV
and the
all
iCloud
this stuff.
storage and
Yeah.
I hate iCloud storage. Oh my
I don't
god.
pay for it. But
All right, so let's talk about this. Our final two on here is Google and Amazon.
okay.
What's your guys' thoughts on those?
Amazon must buy.
Okay.
Love Jeff Bezos.
Pretty good. Pretty good.
Love him.
Google is the mountain of them all, and I think that's probably the best buy that we've talked about. I think.
It's
I
up-
love
it's
Google
up
as
there.
well.
Yeah,
They're all
it's-
strong.
I love
I've of course, we talk about dividends, right? And I'm a big advocate of dividend and reinvesting it. So Google for me is it kind of sucks, but it is a tech company, so it makes sense. Definitely would take a position in Google and Apple and Amazon. I think they're all great buys, truthfully.
Cool.
Beautiful.
All right, then we got I agree. Google and Amazon both strong. I don't think you can go wrong there. Okay, next ones I want to bring up is I did some research on this the other day. I made a video on my channel. Ally versus SoFi. I sold my SoFi position for a 60% loss. Chris, I know you said that you're a fan of this one, but I took the money out. I put it into Ally Bank. This is a all digital banking company too. They're pretty similar business models. They do the banking, the loans, investing. They're both at very good valuations right now. SoFi is not a profitable company. They lost $400 million last year. Ally, on the other hand, they made $2 billion of profit, which is pretty strong. And Ally is trading at a super low PE ratio. I believe it's like a 5. It's like a 4 or something right now. It's super cheap. The other thing with Ally is Warren Buffett bought in this summer at 30. He invested $1 billion
The
at
buffet.
the buffet. Warren Buffett. He invested $1 billion when the stock was $33 a share. I just bought some at $25 a share. So I got it at a pretty big discount from where he had bought it. And yeah, I'm still kind of upset about SoFi not letting me get my money out, but that's pretty much it. That's my reasoning for switching over. But Chris, so you're still a fan of SoFi.
I'll tell you the reason I'm behind the SoFi is because you take your traditional banking, your interest rate, right, for parking your money in a savings account. It's pretty low. I forget what it is normal.
At Chase, it's like 0.02.
Yeah. SoFi, I forget the exact. Can you check it really quick while we're on here? I want to say it was a few percents.
It's probably 3.5.
Yeah, it's definitely.
'Cause I checked it the other day,
It was
too.
the highest in U.S. banking. It was the highest savings.
Okay,
yields,
but watch.
which
So
is-
Yeah, because
in-
it said 3.
which is.
But in my video,
3%.
okay, but watch this. In my video, I found this article Yahoo Finance just put out last week. What's it called? Highest yield savings accounts. And the one that I told you about earlier today, that current, that was at the top of the list. Then watch, you'll see. Then the other ones were like, here it is. So this came out 2 days ago. 10 best high yield savings accounts for November 2022. Number one
Just
is
scroll down to number 1.
Number 1 is current. Then we have Salem 5, Basque, all these weird ones. Capital One, SoFi number 7. So number 1 current gives 4%, no fees or minimums, and then
I mean, I wouldn't park all my capital in an online banking, right? I mean, it poses challenges, but I thought it was a good way to branch out.
no anything. Yeah, 3% and up is really
It's-
all
it's
good.
really
you know?
What's
I
SoFi?
know it's for me.
What's that?
Seeing,
What's
So
SoFi?
number 7. So see 3.6%, 3.1, 3.5, 3, and then SoFi is 3% too. So I mean, they're all good. I mean, yeah, it's like a 0.5% difference, 1% difference. Not the end of the world. But
here's a question for you guys. You see these savings accounts, right? And I hate to drag the bond market into it, but I-bonds, right? Are you familiar with I-bonds at all?
Yeah,
we
a little
talked
bit.
about them on some other episodes. I don't know
the
a ton
series.
about
I think
it.
we brought up the series I bought.
Yeah, because
yeah.
Why wouldn't we go park $1,000. Why would we go park $1,000 in SoFi in a savings account at 3% when we can go park it in an I-bond, which right now I think it's like 9.6%.
Is it that high?
It's ridiculous.
Is it the highest it's ever been? I think.
It's granted it's not fixed, so it's a variable. So, but still at 9. I mean that's pretty significant.
That's a lot.
Yeah,
that's a lot.
And it hit over 10. I think in August it was over 10%.
I think it's around there.
Around there.
That makes me want to buy it. Now you can buy those through Fidelity, right?
Only up to 10,000. I think you have to go straight to the government.
Yeah,
page.
I think it's a good government website.
Yeah, .gov website.
Yeah.
Really? Okay.
You can only up to 10 grand. I believe.
That's it?
Yes.
Really?
Yep.
That kind of sucks.
I know. And I think it's a year. You got to hold it or you get penalized.
Oh, okay.
But still, I mean.
No, that's good.
Yeah, but that 9% is.
That's a lot. That's really good. Okay, what's next up on our list? Kanye. Somehow
we have Adidas on the list.
It has to do with stocks.
No, but I was meaning to look this up, but the big news that on your phone, on the news everywhere, was Adidas dropping Kanye over his remarks over anti-Semitism, things like that. But the stock price for Adidas fell a lot. I don't know. I might have to look this up real quick.
I know me personally, I don't invest in Adidas. I don't do retail clothing or sportswear. I just never.
No, I have Nike.
I never got into it, and I stay away. But
yeah,
I definitely. I mean, I know a lot of people that do invest in Adidas, and
I think those are
not a bad stock to have.
Yeah, I could see where it can be a super volatile stock if you have a bad year or something for sales. My thing is, what you got to look at. How loyal is that brand? Like, how many brands have a stronger brand presence than Nike?
Well,
not a lot.
I mean,
you know,
but that competitive market is crazy, right? I mean,
yeah, it is.
I feel like things can change in the blink of an eye.
Yeah, they can.
That's true. But Nike's been down too. Like all the shoe brands have been down for the past couple 6 months. So not only Adidas too.
Because the problem with that is people can hop on a TikTok trend and are like,
exactly.
Walmart shoes. Walmart shoes are in. You know,
Yeah.
Walmart shoes are the
one influencer
Exactly.
hops on there. Yeah.
You know, if a group of influencers got on and they went all to Puma and said,
They should stop. They should stop wearing Nike.
Exactly.
That's what they've been doing with New Balances. Like, think about 6 years ago. We used to laugh at people with New Balances.
Yeah, I wear New Balances. I've been wearing New Balances for the last 5 years, probably.
But you probably had like a little more people look at you back then, like, why is he wearing New Balances? Compared to now, like when you walk
now
somewhere,
everyone has them. Yeah. Well, yeah. No, I get where you're going with that.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I always stayed away from fashion industries and apparel markets.
You mean investing wise?
Yes. For me personally, I just it poses a lot of volatility and it's a lot of unknowns that I don't want to know.
Yeah.
So, but I mean, great. I mean, Nike and Adidas, come on, they're going to be around forever.
Yeah, I hope so.
I mean, come on, they're going to be around forever.
Unless some TikTok guy, unless Chris goes on his TikTok with 250,000 followers and tells me to stop wearing
that's like
Nike.
that's your doomsday talk. That's like
we're wearing Champion again.
Now Lego is owned by Hasbro, right?
No, Lego is a private company.
Oh, is it? Is that owned? Okay. All right. Well, whatever. So
I wish I could invest in them, but
so Adidas stock is down because of Kanye. I thought
that's what they said.
I thought it said Kanye chooses to drop out an Adidas deal.
No, they didn't. He didn't choose to lose his biggest endorsement. He didn't.
And
choose
they asked
to
him
lose
to say sorry or whatever. He said no.
I don't know about that.
That's what he said.
Who's
yeah.
Adidas' like other biggest? Messi.
I don't know.
Yeah, they have so many sports players.
Messi probably the
biggest.
I'm trying to think. Is there any big?
I know Under Armour is struggling. I don't know how Adidas.
Under Armour is just so weird to me because I don't know what they're doing because Under Armour's biggest thing was football and they lost
American
their football.
They got the Rock on there though.
They don't do any like international, do they?
They're not that big international.
Not that big. That's their biggest problem, I would say.
Yeah.
Nike and Adidas, you're getting real football. Sorry.
Yes, but American football,
that's the big money.
That is the big money. That
is
the big
it?
money.
Yeah, that's the big.
The overseas, yes, that's
Is
the big
it?
money.
Yeah,
Huh.
The NFL or something.
That's where
fraction.
Adidas makes all their money is with soccer.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Same with Nike.
Oh.
They probably make a fraction from the American.
Well, Nike's
side.
NFL too, though.
Yeah, so is Adidas.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I'm sure of it. Same
Yeah,
with
but
basketball.
Nike's a little bit more.
More into.
Yeah.
Yeah, what do you think makes them more money? Soccer or NFL or soccer?
Soccer.
Well, I mean,
Easily.
how much does we have the World Cup for soccer. What is the football one?
Super Bowl.
How much is that revenue? I bet it's a tenth of the World Cup.
It probably
Really?
is going to be the 10th. You're not lying.
How many people do you think watch?
I can't wait for the 10th. I can't wait for the World
Probably,
Cup.
I know. Yeah.
I can't wait.
couple days, right?
How many people do you think
Yeah.
watch the World Cup?
Probably a third of the world.
Yeah, billions of people.
Billions of people. How many
Really?
people watch the football? Maybe a couple 100 million,
Yeah.
Yeah, about 500 maybe.
500 million.
If that.
So,
I would have
There's,
said
there's
like
got to be at least a billion people that watch the world. At least.
The world's a bigger place than just
Yeah.
the United States.
How many people are in the U.S.? 340 million.
Yeah.
How many people are in India? A billion.
Yeah.
You know, what's their sports there? You know, soccer's one of the biggest ones.
Right.
So definitely it's something to think about.
100 million.
100 million.
Here.
Watched about a 99.18.
Wow, that's not as many as I thought. Check the World Cup.
They'll blow them out the water.
Is a billion a reach? I feel like a billion is.
It might be
that's
the billion.
I feel like that's possible.
The EPL.
But there's also more games.
Hey,
in the World
half
Cup.
the
it
world.
says
It's
the EB. The
5
EB,
billion viewers.
The EBL.
No, the
EPL.
FIFA
3 billion people.
3 billion watch the EPL. That's just the.
The match in 2021 between Manchester City and Liverpool drew 20 million live viewers.
That's crazy.
That's
the
insane.
2021 Super Bowl had 91 million.
Dude, this was just a game. This
Yeah,
was
that's just a regular game.
Over half the world watches the World Cup, dude. That's crazy to me. That's crazy.
The World Cup is amazing.
God bless it, man. That's.
Go USA.
So it's they're saying so soccer averages 8 million a match or 80 million a week. NFL 17 million on average. So I guess it depends
That's
on
just for the English Premier League, though. That's that's just England's league. Think about that.
Oh. That's insane.
Yeah.
That's really
How many
insane.
people are in England? I don't know.
Oh, I don't know.
There's a lot. I mean, it's not. Like
So it's almost like on like the level of like the Olympics. It's kind of more so.
Way
It's
over.
bigger.
Really?
It's the biggest of the biggest.
That's crazy.
This is
That's honestly crazy.
Yeah.
That's industry to be in. We got to see what companies are making money from it.
Well, it's actually really cool because all the European companies they have the ads running, right? But
Yeah.
every TV's different. They change them.
Oh.
So that's always awesome. to
Oh
see.
yeah, you're right. Yeah.
Okay, what's next on our list?
Oh,
Carvana.
real quick, go Chelsea.
What is that?
I'm a Chelsea
Man
fan.
City.
Carvana. How's this?
I feel so bad for this company.
You look like a Chelsea fan. Sorry.
Oh wow. You know what? Real quick. You know what actually got me into Chelsea? Was 2020.
Okay.
It was like no sports going on. But I used to always play FIFA. I play FIFA all the time.
Everyone plays FIFA. I feel like.
Yeah. But in 2020 there's no sports going on, so I was dying. And it happened like during March Madness. So I was dying. With the NBA gone, no nothing. I was like dying. I said, what's going on? Soccer's on.
Yeah.
I gotta find a team. I'm looking through the teams. I'm like, Chelsea. I like their colors.
Blue,
I sound like a girl right now. Like,
No, I do. I mean,
they have a nice logo. I like the team.
I love seeing people like engaged in like a club and stuff. Like I enjoy seeing that. Like doesn't matter the team. Like I think it's awesome to see someone get an attachment with a club or.
Yeah,
cool.
but then I started looking at the roster. I said, hold up, Christian Pulisic.
Yeah.
He's American.
Yeah.
I got to represent.
There you go.
So I've been a fan for life since 2020.
That's awesome, man.
And plus, it's been a good run.
Okay,
Yeah.
back to what we're supposed to be talking about.
It's been a great run.
Carvana last year hit $360 a share. Today it's $8. So it's down 97%.
On the podcast, I'm playing some sad music. I want to say
$360 a share is a little. That's the
It's
inflated.
It's ridiculous, yeah.
That was very high for Carvana.
That's the pandemic money hidden. That Carvana. That's crazy.
That's crazy.
How profitable are they? Like,
I know. Let's see.
how many people do you know shop at Carvana?
I think they have those
How
tall
many
towers.
people do you know shop at Carvana? That's you're avoiding the question.
Not that many.
Name a single one.
I don't
Who's
know.
bought a car from Carvana?
I don't know.
How the hell do they have $360 a share?
What about you have like CarMax? They're pretty popular. What's the other
Yeah,
one?
but I know people that buy cars from CarMax.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah,
it goes through
Carfax, yeah.
dealerships. They're like a third party, right? CarMax
Yeah.
is just a website dealerships use.
Yeah.
Carvana's a own industry.
They have like their own like buildings and stuff.
Yeah.
So they did $13 billion in sales last year. They're expected to do $15 billion this year and $17 billion next year. They lost $1.60 EPS last year. This year, that's expected to go to -$8, and then next year -$5. Not the best. Let's see what their balance sheet looks like.
Here's a better question. Would you buy a car from Carvana?
Maybe, why not?
Would you buy a car?
I don't
from
know.
Carvana?
Maybe.
Would you?
No, when I like look for cars, like I usually go on Facebook Marketplace or Carfax.
Okay.
Yeah, I would just Google it online. Whatever. I don't care what the website is as long as They have a good
Well,
car.
you don't get to look at the cars, right? I mean, they have a rebate,
Don't they
Yeah,
bring the
they-
cars to you?
yeah.
Yeah.
That's pretty good.
I still
Maybe
kind of
for
want to look
modern
at it,
day.
though.
Maybe- yeah, exactly.
I still
Okay,
kinda wanna
so
look
they
at it.
have
That's where I get
$10
scared.
billion of assets, $9 billion liabilities, $5 billion of current assets, and
Their liability has to be very high. How much do they pay in insurance? I would love to know that. Just because,
That's a great question.
long-term liabilities $7 billion, long-term assets $5 billion. It's not that good of a setup there. I don't know. That's a tough business model. I mean, they're saying, oh, the used car market is going to zero next year. I don't see
Okay.
why.
The stock market was going to zero, right, during the pandemic. We live and learn, right? The doomsday news is always going to factor in, but
I do think the price
That's
of cars
that's
will go down
really
a little bit,
dramatic though. It's literally down 97%. That is Morgan Stanley said it's gonna be $1 stock.
did like Wall Street Bets play into Carvana?
I doubt it. I don't think so.
though. Let's
I
check
forget.
Reddit.
Dude, at 360 they had to have. That's insane. Dude, Meta was 360. I don't know how many outstanding shares there were, but what's like their market cap?
Right now it's what set it's 1 billion, which means so what's 360 divided by 9? So let's say it's times 36. So that would have been 36, and then half of that is what, almost 20. So it would have been $50 billion company at its peak.
Wow.
Wall Street says, why is Carvana stock gone completely doo-doo?
It had to be a Wall Street bet. There's no way.
I don't know.
It must have been shorted or something.
Okay, next up
I
we
don't
got we're gonna talk about some companies that had some good earnings this quarter, and the first one is Berkshire Hathaway.
Round of applause
Chris,
for these
do
companies.
you own this?
Yeah, I do have some Berkshire. I think.
The $400,000 one?
Yeah, no. I wish. Not that one. I think the statistics where they beat earnings by 20%.
That's right.
I mean,
They also spent $1 billion in share repurchases.
Oh, okay.
They did a buyback. Oh.
Yeah, buyback.
Suffered a $10 billion loss on its investments due to market turmoil.
What percentage was that? 10 billion.
That's a good question.
Yeah, that sounds like a lot. But did he have? Was he?
Yeah.
Did he have $1 trillion? I
I think they're a $300 billion company or so,
So,
right?
Not what is that?
3%.
Yeah.
3%?
Something like that.
Less?
Wait, how is that even? That's like nothing.
Exactly.
Why aren't they down like 30%?
Why are they down 30%? It's because I thought Warren Buffett took it out. He took out like 30% of
sold
his
a lot
equity
of
in
it.
cash.
He sold, yeah.
During,
Yeah.
like,
He had $120 billion in cash.
yeah. Like 30% of his equity was cash,
Yeah.
and I think he was still holding it.
Yeah.
Well, what a man.
Yeah, I know. I mean, how do you even get that?
Insurance and investment income came at $1.4 billion.
There's no way a Carvana ad just popped up. Oh, no, that's all things.
They're
auto.
listening.
Berkshire spent $1 billion in share, making the 9 months so far this year. They spent $5 billion in share buybacks.
How do you feel
But-
about buybacks that companies do?
It's strategic, right? I mean, I could see why buybacks can be good, and I could see why it can be bad, right?
What would you rather have, buybacks or dividends?
See, there's pros and cons to each.
Yeah.
You know, it's tough. I'm trying to think of a good example here. Who was a good example? Like kind of during the financial crisis. What company was it? I was just reading about it. They did a buyback, and it ended up being like super profitable for the company, long growth, and the investors made out on it.
I think
Wasn't that
there's a bunch of Airbnb had a huge one.
That's what I was thinking.
There's a bunch of companies, but anyways,
Yeah, it always happens, right?
yeah, I mean, I think the dividend is nice and all to get that cash in your account. I think the value that comes from the buyback is more so in what the message it says, saying like, we're putting $5 billion back into our company because
we care about the company.
we believe in it.
Yeah.
So I think that's what the message it sends to investors is more important than I'm going to get 3% in dividends from my position.
As a company, like obviously, what's like the most drawn, like probably a balance between the two, right? Over time.
So they beat 20%, but it says Berkshire posted a net loss of $2.7 billion just in this quarter versus a $10 billion gain last year. It was largely due to a drop in Berkshire's equity among the markets, blah, blah, blah. So Berkshire suffered a $10 billion loss on its investments during the quarter, bringing its decline to $64 billion.
Wow.
let's see, Class A shares dipping 4% versus the S&P's 20% decline. Interesting. I don't know. Buffett continued to buy the dip in Occidental Petroleum. How do you say that?
That sounded right. I don't know.
But it sounds like accidental. Why wouldn't you? Has reached 21%. Berkshire received regulatory approval to purchase up to 50%. And they also own a sixth of the company I just bought, Ally Banking.
No.
But there we go. So that's Berkshire. Next one is Starbucks. This is a company I own. Fortunately, I sold it the day before. It shot up 9%. But
I'm shocked you sold it.
Me too. I don't want to sell. I wish I didn't have to.
So you sold all of it?
No, half.
Okay.
But I needed some of it to buy other stocks. I forgot what else I was buying. But if it might go back down because the last couple of months it's been hitting $90, $75, $90, $75. Yeah. So if it goes back below around 80 or so, I'll buy another couple $100 or something. Yeah. But so that's Starbucks. Let's look at their exact numbers. I know it was good. I think they I think the CEO said yeah, people are still paying $6 for a drink and stuff like that.
we are still paying.
Starbucks is a great company. Yeah, I read a book on them called the Starbucks Experience, and ever since deep diving into the company.
Great book.
Oh man, it's awesome. Highly recommend it. But what a company, branded. Come on, you can't beat it.
It's so Starbucks has already got our minds to say when we want coffee, we're going to Starbucks.
Exactly right, and it's an environment I like being in. You know?
Yeah. It's also like an image thing.
Yeah.
Some people buy it for the image of I got Starbucks.
I'm not a coffee fan. I don't really drink.
Oh my God, I'm addicted.
No, I
slow down a little bit.
I'll go there every once in a while and have a coffee just because I like the business. I like their motto. I like what they stand for, and I appreciate that.
They are very friendly when you go in.
Yeah, that too.
I like that.
Yeah.
But I don't like spending $9.
No, not always. Not always.
But I don't like spending $9-10 for a coffee and a brownie. I don't like that.
I do,
but I still do it.
So this guy set a price target of $100 for Starbucks.
Okay,
that's pretty good.
Yeah. What's it at right now?
It's at 91, 92.
91?
Yeah. I literally when it bottomed at 75 a couple months ago, I bought it that day. I bought it the perfect time. I bought it at 75, but I didn't put that much in, so
I've averaged in probably over the last 2 years, maybe have a few $1,000s, nothing crazy. But, dividends pay, reinvested, so not talking about it makes me want to buy a few more chairs at least.
I know.
Maybe a couple $100 worth.
Because who just said, "Oh, we're going into a recession. People are not going to buy $6 coffees." I don't know about that. I don't think
Nancy Pelosi?
I don't know. I don't think that's going to be a huge problem. I think they're still going to go there. I don't.
Well, technically, we've been in a recession since
I know.
First quarter.
But that's the weird thing is it's the recession we've been in is kind of it affected other markets besides the actual consumer spending and people's money situation. I don't think it's affected that part. That part might come in 2023. And then the real estate, you got the real estate part, and then you got the stock market part. You got the GDP part. There's other parts that have performed badly.
Yeah.
So but Starbucks EPS of 81 cents versus 72 cents expected, and they did revenue of $8.4 billion for the quarter versus $8.3 billion expected. So great quarter.
Round of applause for him.
Yeah, honestly.
It says in the United States, same-store sales growth was up 11%, which was a result of people spending more on average and a slight uptick in traffic. Prices were also up 6% from a year ago, but executives say they don't plan to raise prices anymore. Cold beverages accounted for more than 3/4 of beverage sales.
Yeah.
Starbucks said customers were more likely to add pricey syrups, foam, dairy substitutes.
Absolutely. Yes.
Unfortunate, but that's the truth sometimes.
You ever seen a girl Starbucks order?
Oh, my God.
What?
I can't even say that.
Pumpkin spice latte sales climbed 70% from the year-ago period, and they also have a 16% growth in number of people on their loyalty program. Up to 28 million people now are on there.
They have a subscription, right? That's probably.
No, it's just like an app.
Just a loyalty. Okay.
Yeah, I'm on there.
Oh, you get rewards too?
Yeah, you get a lot.
Huh.
It works good. You get those stars.
Well, yeah, I mean, the other thing is holiday season. That's a big time for Starbucks, right?
Yeah.
They do all their holiday drinks, all their holiday promotions.
It's time.
Yeah. Holiday's always a great time for any business, I feel like.
Yeah. It's for some reason more people are more cheery and wanting to spend
more
money.
Want to spend, yeah. Holiday spirit, I guess.
Gotta love it.
Yeah.
Is there still they're talking about for next year Q1. The fiscal first quarter will likely be on the low end of the range due to lockdowns in China. There's still lockdowns going on until next year over there?
Yeah.
I know they had some issues.
I feel like haven't we brought it up so many times that China got rid of the lockdowns?
Well, yeah, but I don't know.
Well, somebody call that guy. Tell him to stop.
I'm not calling him.
Next up on the list, we got McDonald's.
Round of applause for McDonald's.
McDonald's.
Stock price all-time high. All-time
Is it really?
high. Yes.
Wow.
All-time high.
Did they report earnings?
I have some shares in McDonald's.
Couple years
Anyone
ago,
else?
everybody was talking about
Wait, what is
Chick-fil-A
this?
taking over.
Wait, what is this? It just said they're coming out with a new meal. McDonald's launches Black Panther Wakanda Forever Happy Meal.
I need it.
Since when is that?
It's going to be amazing. Can't wait. Everyone was talking about Chick-fil-A being better. Everybody was talking about Wendy's being better. Everybody was talking about Burger King being better.
Burger King, don't talk about bad about
No,
Burger
did you guys see that the adult kids meal? Did you order that, Josh?
No. McDonald's always will reign on top. The greatest business ever. McDonald's single-handedly changed our world.
Yeah, I agree.
They did.
They're in the
They
real,
changed our
Doesn't mean
world.
the food is good.
yeah, they're in the real estate market.
Okay,
It
so
makes sense.
EPS, they reported $2.68 versus $2.58. Okay, slight beat. Revenue $5.8 billion versus $5.6. Okay, good, I guess. Net sales fell 5%. Same store sales climbed 9%. Okay, interesting.
Beautiful.
In the third quarter, U.S. menu prices were up roughly 10% compared to a year ago.
People
Executives
are still buying them.
Yeah.
Executives said that all day parts are performing well, although breakfast and dinner are doing slightly better than lunch. And
Gotta love breakfast.
What's their dividend yield?
I think it's
2%?
like something like that. Yeah.
That's pretty good
Those are great
it's
numbers.
for all time high during a recession.
That's true. That's true.
Those are great
and
numbers.
getting a 2% yield.
That's true.
Yeah.
Plus, they
I
have
mean,
McChickens there.
If you look at Walgreens, a company like that, they're at like they're literally 5-year charts like that, and the dividend is at the stock's been cut in half, but the dividend's at 5.5% now.
Well, they should do what McDonald's is doing.
Oh my
This
God.
is a McDonald's
Okay. Are you
episode.
sponsored by them?
This should be.
All right, McDonald's, Starbucks. Then we got Virgin Galactic.
McDonald's, round of applause real quick.
I'm a shareholder. I'm happy with them. So yeah.
Are you going
love
on the
it.
Virgin Galactic ride next year?
Not next year, but I'll be there in 2030. That's
Did
what
you
I'll
ever
take it.
sign up for that?
What?
The Virgin Galactic? I definitely signed up on the wait list.
Oh,
you
I
did?
don't think
Years ago.
I remember. I don't know if I did it though.
Because I always get an email from them. They're like, "Oh, you're still on our wait list." I don't know how
They
much.
said they're giving out a free ticket or something, right?
Sign me up.
Because it literally costs like $250,000.
Yeah,
to
I
go
thought
on
it was
Yeah.
200-something thousand.
Wait, so how long are they going to be in space? Are they going to like a flyby, or are they going to be like up there?
But I don't know.
It's a cruise.
Like, yeah.
Take an 8-day cruise through space.
I actually don't know.
This is Neptune. This is Plato.
Play-Doh? Did you say Play-Doh?
Wait, that's not a planet. What is the planet called?
Pluto.
Pluto.
Yeah, that
It's not even is it a planet now?
It's not
no,
a planet.
it got delisted like 10 years ago.
Yeah, but it got delisted like 5 times, though. It said it's not a planet. No, it is a planet.
How do you decide that?
I don't know. But
I
No.
don't think they changed the qualifications to be a planet.
you have to be
It
this
must-
tall.
you
You have to be this tall to ride the
It didn't
ride.
identify as a planet. That's
Yeah,
what it
it didn't. We identify as a dwarf planet or a star.
It's a transplant, everyone.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think this is good news though. I think it's finally time for Virgin Galactic. Like it's been like a weird company since it came out.
Has, yeah.
I've always been a Richard Branson fan, so I think
I'm more excited.
it'd be interesting.
Instead of them building the space tourism stuff, I want to see just those rockets they wanted to build to take people from New York City to Japan in 10
Is that them or
minutes.
is that the other
Oh,
company?
I think it's SpaceX too. They're both doing it though.
Okay.
If you can go to Pluto or Plato, whatever it's called, you might as well go from New York to Japan.
I'm definitely would take the New York to Japan 10-minute
Oh.
ride.
Oh yeah, that would be
I'll
awesome.
take that.
Could you imagine 10 minutes? How would that even work? You have to go like 5,000 miles.
Can our bodies sustain that?
I don't know.
That's a good question.
Right? I'm confused.
Maybe you have to sit like in like a conveyor or something like a coffin.
What's my percent of like death? Like
I know.
you know,
Yeah.
Like
Wait, if
we
something
literally
goes on, I'm for sure dead.
we still
So
we,
what
we
is-
still have people dying.
right? There's
we
no
still
way around
we still have
it.
people dying on planes and
Yeah.
boats. Like they're like
Planes are safe, right?
I know.
We have people down on buses. Just
Yeah.
buses, cars. What's going to happen when we got rockets going 1,000,000 miles an hour and spaceships?
People don't know how to drive a car. You think someone knows how to drive it?
Yeah.
Well, luckily now, if we have self-driving cars, that's supposed to help.
Yeah.
I don't know how long it is before we have self-driving rockets. That could be a while.
The problem is if infusing, like manual driven, like by human and a self-driving. I think that's where the conflict.
Well, like when are we going to get like self-driving airplanes, self-driving cruises?
Well, airplanes are essentially self-driving. They're all autopilot.
Just about, yeah.
Isn't landing and takeoff all fully like operated? Like
yeah. Just about.
Yeah.
It's not like someone hands. No, they don't do that anymore.
Yeah.
Unless you're driving a propeller plane.
Mm-hmm. All right. Well, our last company on here before we go, which I took off for some reason, is
Let's talk about video gaming.
Yeah. So Corsair Gaming. So you said something interesting.
Yeah, I was going to mention that. It was interesting.
Yeah.
So you're bringing up Corsair. Literally, I almost bought. They had a microphone, they had keyboards, they had headsets.
Where was this at?
Targets.
Oh.
I went to like 3 or 4 different Targets because I was gonna clean them out for Christmas. I'd just resell it.
For Legos?
No, well that too. I was there for, but
well, just for anything.
Yeah. They were like 80% off clearance, which was crazy.
Man.
It was like $100 keyboard. It was like marked down to $20.
Do you think they're gonna go back up?
I don't know. I know it's a competitive market, right? You have Razer, you have Corsair. There's so many brands. Logitech, yeah. Mm-hmm. And it's kind of like a balance. It's like power tools, like Milwaukee, DeWalt, the same kind of deal. They just kind of battle each other who's more powerful. But how many people are buying a new keyboard every time? Like I still have the same keyboard for the last 8 years, 10 years.
Oh, I see what you're saying. They're a big thing. The thing I want to bring up is, so they beat earnings, I think, by 300. No, they beat EPS by 428%. They beat revenue by 1%. I think it's because they were expected to be really unprofitable, and the profitability was actually a lot better than expected. But what they said was, the thing that's been hurting this business, this stock has been on a bad fall way before our bear market started this year. This was like, a while back, because this goes back to the supply chain problems that we had, and it goes back to when people were trying to build their own PCs. This is when all those parts were super expensive, so they weren't doing that. Well, they said that now it's come down so much that people are already starting to order more parts and stuff. And
Corsair got into mobile gaming, right?
I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't know.
No matter what, it's going to be competitive.
Yeah.
So they did. Oh, they still had a loss. They quarterly loss of $6 million, compared with last year $1.8 million in profits. But now the estimates were they were going to lose $10 million, and they only lost $6 million. So pretty good there. Revenue was $311, while $304 was expected, and then they were estimating $1.3 billion of revenue for the year.
Wow.
And the market cap is small in this. I think the market cap's like it's only $1 or $2 billion. So, but yeah, this is the stock I own. I've been buying this since $28 a share, unfortunately, which was very
aggressive.
Yes, that's a good word. And when it fell to like 26, I'd be like, oh my god, I got to buy a bunch of more shares now.
That's all right.
And then it'd be like 24. I'd be like,
oh my. You don't have to.
I know.
For him, you have.
But
to.
back then, when we were in that hot, when we were like in a hot bull market, I'm always like, oh my god, like the mentality, like Warren Buffett says, buy the dip and stuff. So like back then, the dip was like 4%.
Yeah.
4% down in the month. I'd be like, oh my god, I gotta blow it up on this. Now it's like, we get 4% every single day.
Yeah,
so
now it's just dip.
right. So that was kind of stupid. I mean,
like a big jar of ice cream used to keep eating.
The problem is hedge funds right now. I think.
Mm-hmm.
They're short in the market. It's a lot of fun. So.
Mm-hmm.
Similar to 08.
But what the guy I watch on YouTube, what he's been saying is the stocks in the Dow are some of the only ones to. So let's look up a chart of the Dow. Year to date, it's down 11%. That's not too bad compared to the Nasdaq that's down like 35. So he thinks that before the market flips and we rally, he thinks that there's a good chance these Dow stocks are going to fall, and that's where we have the McDonald's, the Chipotle, and stuff like that. I don't know. I don't know.
McDonald's will forever remain.
It could go either way. I don't know. Are Apple's in here? What else is in the Dow? Boeing, Caterpillar, Goldman Sachs, Home Depot. I bought Home Depot. I don't know. I don't know if I bought too early or not. I bought Intel, J.P. Morgan Chase, 3M. I bought that one too. I bought Nike. So I own a lot of these. But yeah, we'll see. I don't know. We'll see what happens with this market.
Well, I think that's the end of our topics that we have on today.
That's right.
Niko, you want to add anything else?
No, that's it.
I want to add McDonald's is one of the greatest companies ever.
Oh my God.
And their stock price is so high, and they didn't even bring back snack wraps. So just wait on it. But Chris, you got anything else to add?
No, I thank you guys so much for having me. I enjoyed our time, and I love this topic. So yeah.
Thank you for coming on the show.
Thank you. Round of applause.
I'm glad you saw my LinkedIn post.
Yeah. So yeah.
Oh, that's how you all connected? LinkedIn?
Yeah.
You get it? You got the bar? Connected? LinkedIn? You get it? It's all right. I'm here for days.
you are
Ending on a
close.
high note.
Thank you. But this concludes episode 40 of Stock Talk with Josh and Niko.
That'll be all for today.
To greener days ahead, people. Bye-bye.
To greater days or greener days?
Both. To greener and greater. Bye-bye.